Yeah, yeah. Check, check. Kane. Oh, wait, is this even the screen? It's been a while since I've done this. This. Oh, the stream's starting. Dang it. Hold on, let me try this again. What is good, everybody, man? We're gonna get started in just a moment, man, because we have something exciting to talk about today. Like truly exciting, man. Guys, we got the face of Emu today. If I had like sound effects, I would like put something in there, whatever. But we don't, and we doing this live. I was gonna make a video, but I don't like making videos. Okay, like I realize that, and I understand that. I don't like to make videos. I don't care to make videos. The social media is really not my thing. But I understand though that as a person who creates, I should have some kind of media outreach to some degree, and that should be YouTube. But I mean, oh my goodness, guys, like it's so exciting. Let me go back to the BR. Actually, I probably should have something on. See, this is a problem. Like, I never have anything, and I don't. And last time I tried to show you guys the full One Piece chapter, Shueisha copyrighted me, even though it's not coming from Shueisha, whatever. Or I guess that doesn't really matter. But I mean, I basically just like plastered the entire thing on screen, so we got to kind of be mindful about that. So and I think I got a strike too for that, and I don't know if that strike is up yet. I don't know how to check, but so we got to be mindful here. So give me 1 second. I'm going to take the image, and I'm gonna if we can, I'm gonna take the image. Guys, just bear with me for a second, okay? Because I'm doing this live. You feel me? And you know, I'm not a podcaster or anything like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so so anyway, first and foremost, okay, today we got the face reveal of Imu Sama, and his name, because we knew it was a guy, and we knew all this and that, right? This week's chapter is titled "The Advent of Nerona Emu." So let me go ahead and show you guys that. Actually, let me go ahead and show you guys the screen for a second. 1 second. Bow. So here's the chapter title, right? We got. Don't worry about the website either. We got the title, which is "The Advent of Nerona Emu," and then the cover art here, which is Yamato, Ace, and Otama. Looks pretty dope, right? And then at the end we get the emu face. Now I'm gonna show you guys Emu's face in a moment, but I want to talk about the chapter and my thoughts about it first and foremost. Okay, so if you've been keeping up with Elbath, right, then you know that last chapter was clearly not the end. Okay, basically Luffy fought Emu, but inside Gunko's body. So cause I think I can pull that up, right? Last week Emu fought Luffy and Loki, and the fight just didn't really feel like a fight, and this is shonen after all, right? So therefore, there used to be some kind of like major battle sequence, right? And Emu was basically one shot by Luffy in Gunko's body, okay? Gunko, however you pronounce it, okay? And it was an okay chapter, right? But I'm reading this story as a creative myself, and I knew that this wasn't the end. Let me make sure that you guys can still hear me. 1 second. Okay, you guys hear me just fine. And my thing is this, right? We know that Oda, even though in a recent like study or whatever, not study, but like in a recent interview, I think with Japan's like festival for manga or whatever like that. I forget what it's called, but he said that the story would be entering like its final, since we're already in the final arc, final sequence. Things are going to be happening in breakneck speed, which we all kind of, which we give us time to prepare and expect it, right? Things have been going pretty fast, especially for One Piece, but this was entirely too fast, right? Luffy meeting up with Emu and not really exchanging too many words. I mean, Luffy's never really been one for words anyway, but in terms of Emu and Luffy interacting, it wasn't like, it was pretty baseless. And Loki's here, right? And so, like I said, Luffy basically one shots Emu, and then he kind of goes away and whatever. And they're like, "Oh yeah, cool," and then two, the God's Knights are still here. So you still have I forget their names, but you got the Rose guy, or the Briar Man. You got the Dream guy, or no, he's a mythical Zoan Kirin or something like that. I think that's how you pronounce that animal. It's something out of Chinese mythology, I believe, or it might be Japanese. I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with too many other mythologies besides Greek and Greek and the other one. I can't remember. But regardless though, right? It just didn't feel like this arc really wrapped up, right? And so this week, I can quickly go back to it, right? We got the next part of it, right? Because there wasn't, and then two, there wasn't even a break last week. And usually they do breaks when it's been like a big chapter or a big reveal. So this week we finally got. I don't think this chapter is officially out. I think chapters officially come out like through Viz on Sundays or whatever. And so I found this on the great internet, and we got the advent of Emu Narota. And man, I'm sitting here reading this chapter, and I'm just like in awe. And usually that doesn't happen to me. Like when I'm reading comics or I'm lying, but like I don't really like these last, like the Elbath arc in general. Like I haven't really been too into it as far as like, especially like the beginning of Elbath. Like I really didn't care for a lot of it. Recently though, yeah, like it has been pretty epic. But like nothing that like made me like really excited. Like when I seen the Emu panel, I mean, it was just absolutely epic. So I'm gonna show you guys what Emu looks like because I have it pulled up here. Where is it at? Oh, it's right here. So I'm gonna show you guys Emu in a second. Hopefully we don't get a strike. Hopefully Shueisha doesn't come and take us down, man. Hopefully we don't alert the internet people to come take me down, man. Oh, crap, I just showed them. Anyway, here is Emu, guys. Here is freaking Emu, man. The face of Emu. We got his devil fruit. We got his name. We got his look. And he looks freaking sexy. No cap. No caparoni, man. This, I mean, like, who would have expected this? And my thing is too, like when it comes to Oda's character design, like everything is kind of made simply, but like this, and we were teased this also. We were teased this throughout Elbath. The general consensus was that like it was a darker version of Blackbeard, like as if like Blackbeard has the same power as Luffy, but in fact it's actually Emu. We gotta talk about that also, guys. I'm sorry I'm shouting. Okay, I am sorry that I'm shouting, but I'm very excited though to finally get the face of Emu. Then not only do we have the face, but we have the devil fruit, which is Akuma, which means devil, I believe, because they use it in Black Clover. So we have the devil no mi. So not even the devil fruit, just devil. Okay. So that's what Emu has, and since Luffy is essentially like a god or whatever, it's basically like God versus the devil. But the thing is, right, when Emu comes about, right, if you see here in this panel, everything comes to life with Emu, guys. Emu has his own rhythmic heartbeat. He does. He has his own rhythmic heartbeat. And I tried to do it like with my mouth or whatever, and I don't know if I got it, but when we see this animated, that is going to break the internet. Seriously. That is going to shatter the internet. And hey, I'm here for it. I truly am. We got the face of Emu, and then too, like even like just looking at this character design, because I was getting into it a little bit beforehand, right? Like I said, we were teased the character that has the dream fruit or whatever, or actually it's not even dream fruit. It's a mythical Zoan fruit. I believe it's called the Kirin, and that's this guy right here. He has the this fruit who made these dream monsters. Basically, he can like take the dreams from people and especially the children and like basically manifest them. And oh, that's too far in. But but again, Emu has his own rhythmic heartbeat. So in contrast with Luffy's, that dude, I don't even know how that's gonna even be. Like when we see this finally animated, and two, like I want to see what color Emu is because clearly he's like he's got like some darker flesh tone. So whether he's red or just still black skinned, I don't know. I mean, Emu is clearly black. I mean, what I'm saying, like look at these lips, right? So oh man, I'm trying to stay focused here. I don't remember what I was talking about, but okay, even just looking at the character design, right? Because we see like a lot of similarities. Obviously, he is well awakened, which leads me to believe like, will Luffy get a secondary transformation like during this arc? Kind of like, oh, by the way, too, Luffy is down as well. He is out of Gear 5 juice, okay, and there's no food, so he might have to squeeze one out for this fight, but it'll be epic though. It'll finally, guys. If you guys have been watching me for a bit or whatever like that, even though I know I'm not really active, but if you've been watching me though for any length of time, then you know that I'm not a fan of Gear 5. I like Gear 5. I just think that it was poorly implemented into the story, and and I don't like the fact that like it basically shatters the world, right? But with Emu now coming in and equally shattering the world, it gives Gear 5 actually something that it can go against, right? Like its natural counterpart. So that'll be really interesting to see how Oda conducts this fight between them two, right? Because like I said, Emu has his own rhythmic heartbeat, I guess, that he dances to, and then when he arrives, everything is subjugated to him. So we have, houses become, evil, trees. Like I said, like I would go through the chapter with you all, but like I said, we got banned. Okay, I mean, I'm sorry, not banned. We got a strike, and I don't want. And my channel has never had a strike before. I've been copyrighted, plenty of times, but never a strike or whatever. But I didn't show anything though that would give me a strike. But I mean, I don't know if this is gonna be a strike. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But Oh yeah, and too, I keep on like forgetting, or I keep on going too much. See, guys, this is why I don't record videos, because I go on too many tangents and I just get away from the main point, and then videos, guys. When I go to make videos, or when I did, like I would always like set a timer for like at most like 15 to 20 minutes. Really no more than that, because like I can just ramble on, and I don't like doing that. But I want to talk about though Emu's character design, right? Obviously he's very devilish, but his hair is clouds. This might be like his half form too. I don't even know if this is like his hybrid form, because oh, you know what though? It doesn't say that he has like a zone or a mythical fruit at all. It just says that actually it doesn't even say his fruit. It just says his power. Well, no. I guess this is his power right here, the Akuma no Mi. But where was I getting at here? Oh yeah, like I don't know if this is his half form or if this is his full form, because like Emu obviously looks very human-esque, and he's from 800 years ago. Like he's like the name Nerona is one of the 20 families in the One Piece world. So he's obviously very old, and he's been around for a while, and he seemingly is immortal. And going off his character design here, he is Elbathian because he looks kind of like rocks. Again, if you guys have been keeping up with the world of One Piece, Rocks has this kind of sash, and I think Kid also has that kind of sash as well. If we can go back to it. Don't copyright me. Well, I guess Kid has something similar, but like you know what I mean. Like, and then like Kid was also here near Elbath when he got one shotted by Shanks. So let me make sure you guys can still hear me 1 second. Oh yeah, you guys can still hear me. Oh, I think so anyway. But yeah, so in terms of like the aesthetic of Emu, or like his fashion sense, it looks very. And then too, he has this long winded like staff. What do you call this, spear staff? Whatever. I well, since it's got a blade on the end, it would be considered a spear. Cause I gave my character a spear as well. It just kind of like reads as like more like regal, right? I feel like the spear is more of a regal weapon. You know what I mean? Dude, like emu, like when I first seen this, I was trying to figure out like what all this was down here. Like obviously, this is his cape. I'm trying to figure out like what this is. Like are these his feet? Is this like some other like? Because this all looks kind of like it's one piece, but I think it's just like energy kind of circling him, like death, whatever. I'm not sure, dude, but it just looks epic. But he's got cloud-like hair. He's very, you know, awakened. He's even got dark cloud like on the tip of his spear. That like I really love this shape here, this zigzaggy and then curve. I would never come up with something like this because I just like because you have to draw this stuff consistently, and I don't particularly like that. Um, I love how Oda shows depth as well. Like when the clouds, like what I mean. Oda loves doing like like everything in One Piece is about scale, and I love how Oda chooses to show scale. It is very, very great. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I just exhausted all the excitement out of me. Like I'm very tired. I'm gonna put this down for a second. Oh geez, and I woke up this morning, guys, and I recorded 2 songs. I don't think I'm gonna play them for you today, but I do really like one of them. Actually, the song is actually called Luffy Gear 5. I had a dream last night about Luffy Gear 5. If I were like to interpret this dream, Luffy basically was fighting somebody. As a matter of fact, I think he was fighting Emu actually. And what happened is Luffy like kind of like not died, but he like was taken away to like the final island. And the final island, at least in my dream, was like it was within space, and it was on like a giant cloud, kind of like Skypiea was, but it was like the cloud was like white, of course, and like surrounding the area. If I were to kind of like put like more into like perspective, like what I saw, it was like a level in Mario, but it was One Piece though. Like it was like the One Piece world, but like the look was like Mario 3D world, and I was on a cloud, and like I wasn't like part of like I was like watching the dream, but like then I was also kind of part of it too. But Luffy basically lost the fight. His soul or spirit was like a star, and it got put on this cloud island, which to me like in my mind read the final island, and like on the top of the gate it read Julius Caesar. I know it's weird, it was a dream, but like I really thought though that like I was like in the world of One Piece or whatever that. And what happened was Luffy had to face somebody, and he just like cried, dude. Like what I mean, like he lost his Gear 5-ness, and he like reverted like not to like a well, he was kind of like a baby, but like also like a young child kind of like I don't know how to explain it. And then I was talking to, for those of you guys who don't know, Shanks has a brother. I was talking to Shamrock, and basically we were just guys listen, like I understand that this sounds crazy, okay, but I was talking to Shamrock, Shanks' brother, and he was explaining to me that he doesn't have Conqueror's hockey. And then me and him were like running from somebody. As a matter of fact, I think I was talking to Shanks. I'm not sure, but it was like another Shanks like figure that we were all trying to run from. As a matter of fact, I think that's why Luffy was actually crying, actually, because he knew that he couldn't. face this threat before him without Gear 5, and he was just crying, and I knew I couldn't fight these people. So we're all like running away from whoever the main threat was. I don't remember who it was, but it was somebody like it might have been Lobo. It might have been. Now that I think about it, it might have been Lobo, something like that. Because I did just recently watch the Supergirl trailer, which we're not gonna talk about here today. I don't care. The trailer looked like butt. Spider-Man 2, like that Spider-Man trailer, I wasn't really pleased with that. I mean, not to say that it was awful or anything like that. I mean, I've definitely seen worse. Fantastic Four, everything coming out about Avengers Doomsday. But yeah, like in the dream though, like we were running from something, and it was just very unpleasant. And then I woke up, you know, but all the stuff that might have been on my mind because where I am, like it did storm profusely last night, and I had went to sleep about like maybe like 11, 12ish, maybe even 1 o'clock in the morning. And then like, by the time like I woke up due to like the thunderstorms outside, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And usually when like you're disrupted in your sleep, and try to go back to sleep, you're gonna have some kind of really intensive dream. And I had just read Lobo #1, written by Scotty Young. I forget the artist name. I think his first name is George or Jorge, something like that. But yeah, so like that stuff all might have been on my subconscious, and it's just what I dreamt up. But it was pretty like realistic though, right guys? Like I feel like when me personally, when I have dreams, like they're usually really personal and very intense depending on. And I enjoy most of my dreams. But this particular dream last night though, like I said, was about Luffy, and then I woke up at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I recorded. Let me show you guys. Hold on. I don't want to reveal too. I don't know if I should show you guys like my entire catalog. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go dark for a second, and then I'm gonna, cause like I do record a lot of songs. I actually have a song to do today actually, so we might do it live since I got you guys here. We might. Gotta do backseat, French braid, Luffy Gear 5. Why is it glowing blue? I don't know. But yeah, so here's the song right here, Luffy Gear 5, and the photo is Yamato, as you guys can see. Yeah, so I finished the song at 11:10 this morning, but I started it though at 9. Well, I didn't start it at 9:44. Like that's just like the time I saved it. But you can see though that I woke up pretty early. Like I rolled out of bed and hit record. And the type beat I use, I'm gonna keep. I believe in gatekeeping. So I don't want to give away the type of artist that I listen to because I used to really enjoy Jordan Lucas, and he's still fire. But there was a point in time where like after he did that collab tape with Chris Brown, it became mainstream. His music got really dull, and he forgot like his core fan base, and I just wasn't rocking with that. So I'm gonna keep my people to myself though. But I really like this song actually. Like I said, I would play it, but it's just not necessary, and I don't really want to have this on the internet. But the song is called Luffy Gear 5 though, and it's a full song too. It's not like some halfway song. The other song I did today is called Django, and that has Eustace Kid on it. Again, let me go dark. Hold on. Show you guys. Now this song was a little harder to do. It's not finished, but like I said, it's called Django. Same style beat, but I don't like how it sounds or how I delivered the lyricisms. But it's only got like half a song though. But this song is about wanting freedom, but we're all slaves, like Django. Even though Django was a free man, I love the movie Django. It's great. I just like all that stuff, man. Seriously, a lot of you too be like to talk about like how many tabs I have. Dude, who cares, man? Like it's not, you know what I mean? Like I need every single thing up here. But I was talking to my cousin last night on the phone, and he said, "Why do you have 2 DoorDash tabs?" Leave me alone, man. Leave me alone. But getting back to Emu though, I mean, like I said, this chapter was absolutely epic. It was epic. Okay, this chapter, I think it'll officially either release tomorrow, not officially, but like it'll officially release on Sunday. I think One Piece chapters come out. I expect them to kind of stop right here for the anime. No, 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 no. Cause the anime now is seasonal and it comes out in April, right? Like in terms of the spring selection. Does that mean that we'll get One Piece then this year, or huh? I didn't think about that, but shoot, for those who aren't caught up to One Piece, you now have plenty of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they have it all on Netflix as well, and you can skip all the filler and just watch it in rapid succession. Now I get it. One Piece is a grind, but like there's a certain point though, like within the show where like you just can't stop watching. Like that's what happened to me. I think I got to that point probably during Skypiea because I didn't really care for Alabasta, right? Like, to me, like Alabasta is not really like the best arc, and I didn't really like, the first beginning half of Skypiea to me was like very interesting, but I didn't really care for the second half, and I didn't really know what was going on. I just didn't really care for it, but I can't really remember everything in order. I liked the first couple arcs in the no, I'm lying. My favorite arc is probably Impel Down and then the Paramount War. Those are probably my favorite arcs. I was into like see this I'm talking about focus. I gotta stay focused. I was getting ready to say, since One Piece is now turned to seasonal, and I think it's a spring anime, I expect them to either stop or cause and two, I think they can only do 21 episodes per season. So with that being said, right? I think they're gonna stop because when I was reading this, I'm like, they'll probably stop here for Elbath, but no, like they can't stop here, especially when you talk about like One Piece pace, right? More than likely, they're gonna stop at the point where the Gods Knights show up. If we could only get 21 episodes, okay, and oh no, because Elbath has been pretty long too. Like we got to get through God Valley, Herald, the Gods Knights. So ooh, dude, I don't know, man. Like Elbath 2 would probably easily be like 127 episodes at that, because like it's no longer weekly, but like they definitely though would have caught up to the manga easily, right? Because we just wrapped up Egghead in the anime, which was pretty good. Like Egghead, like One Piece, like I can't really describe One Piece anymore. I feel like is gotten far removed from its main goal. It's just like, let's go to an island, let's split the group up, have them do something, give everybody a bit of a task, forget about most of them, show Luffy doing, being goofy, and then end it with a big bad. I don't know, like One Piece is just not really that focused like it was before. You know what I mean? That doesn't make it bad. It's just like like it's just really unfocused. But yeah, now that I think about it, I don't know where they would stop. If they're gonna begin to adapt the Elbath arc, at this point, because we have so much to get through. Like not only do we gotta introduce Elbath and all of its cast for that, but we also gotta do Harold's backstory. We gotta do God Valley's backstory. We gotta get the Rock's backstory. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, well, I guess, well, no, because God Valley is not Rocks. It's Rocks and then God Valley, because Rocks leads into God Valley. We got Shaki, we got the Tavern, we got the Pirate Island, we got Blackbeard as a baby, like, you know what I mean? Like, and then we got Garp, versus, or pretty much everybody versus Garp, and then everybody versus Emu. That is going to be something. That's gonna be a lot to animate, but it's gonna be so hype though. You know what I mean? The Elbath is going to be hype. It is, but I don't know. I have no idea though where they're going to stop in terms of if they're going to return for the spring, and I don't know if they're going to return because we just hit April yesterday. I didn't even know. Um. Wow. Yeah. I do not know where we're going to end up. Hmm. Something to think about. But regardless of, man, this was an epic, and I do mean epic chapter reveal. Um, and there's a break next week, so that means that this obviously is the big thing. I wonder where Oda's gonna go from there because oh shoot, you guys see it. But anyway, I don't know where Oda's going to go with it. If Luffy and him are finally gonna actually meet, and we see the face of Emu finally. You know what I mean? Again, I want to see that color spread of Emu, so we might get that between between next week and the following week. We might get a color spread of Emu, which would be dope. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm tired. I might need a bit of a nap. I just want to just watch the Spider-Man trailer with you guys real quick. That's probably gonna be copyright. So anyway, I think I'm gonna just end it here because I don't want to get copyrighted or whatever, or worse, strike. So thank you to whoever was here. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are gonna watch it later, whatever like that, comment down below. Other things you guys want me to talk about. If you guys want me to come back to make videos or whatever like that, or just some next topics to tackle here in these streams. I don't know if I'm gonna come back to streaming, like whatever, but this was fun though, just getting on here chatting or whatever. Oh, before I go, actually, let me actually tell you guys this. I'm working on chapter. That might show my real name. Well, I guess my real name is pop out of the thing, but I'm working on chapter 10 right now. But you guys can go watch, not watch, but read my story. As always, is called Night of the Horizon. It's on medibang.com. Just simply go to the website, type in KOTH, all caps, put it on comics, and you'll find the story easily. Everything that I've done so far, chapters 1 through 9, is already out completely for free. So here's 1, here's 9, 2, they're all in order, like they're numbered in order and posted in they're all posted in order. I don't know why it all says one shot, but that's it's all one story. But go check it out. I'm getting ready to. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not getting ready to drop chapter 10. I'm